This is the AEW Dynamite October 18, 2023 full show results video which takes place at Fort Bend Epicenter in the greater Houston metropolitan area, Rosenberg, Texas. The show started with a match between Switchblade Jay White vs Penta El Zero Miedo, and the result of this match was Jay White won the match by pinfall with Blade Runner when Juice attacked Penta, and the referee didn't see that. Post-match, the Bang Bang Gang hold court in the ring, Cardblade leaned in the corner, and Switchblade gets on the mic and says actually, it's Maxwell Jacob Friedman that sucks, because he's not here, because he's afraid, because he can't find anyone to help him take his belt back. So until then, Jay will lead by example. Rock Hard Juice Robinson gives us a spoiler alert, saying he's gonna win the Douchebag Battle Royal in the main event tonight. Speak of the devil, Maxwell Jacob Friedman is interviewed by Renee Paquette, and he says he could have ran out there and gotten his ass beat like every stupid good guy in wrestling history, but he's not a good guy, he's a scumbag. The Acclaimed Roll-Up and Max Caster offer his Crush their services for an 8-man tag against Bullet Club and then they can scissors, and MJF says no, Caster offers to go into the Battle Royal, win the ring, and then Friedman will have to put a ring on it. The next match happened between Emi Sakura vs Hikaru Shida for the AEW Women's World Championship, and the result of this match was Hikaru Shida won the match by pinfall with Katana, retaining the AEW Women's World Championship. Then we get a sit-down with Renee Paquette and Adam Copeland from earlier tonight, and he admits things haven't been going smoothly and he still doesn't really understand what's happened, and the whole idea of coming here was to end his career with Christian Cage. He doesn't understand why this needs to keep repeating when they're the godfathers to each other's children, and he won't fight him, he doesn't want his title, and he doesn't know what it means to him, but he knows that eventually Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus will leave him high and dry, and when he hits the ground, Copeland will be there to pick him up. The next match happened between Ryan Nemeth vs Wardlow, and the result of this match was Wardlow defeated Ryan Nemeth by referee stoppage. Tony Schiavone comes to the ring to chat with Wardlow and asked what he's back for. Wardlow just raises his wrist tape so the camera can see he's got MJF written on it, and he shoulder blocks Tony on his ass as he leaves the ring. Renee Paquette interviews Kenny Omega backstage, and he says this year's been pretty tough. He doesn't want to be reminded of his win and loss record, but Kyle Fletcher has reminded him that he's the measuring stick in AEW, and maybe once he beats Kyle and gets going again, he'll go after the world title. MJF rolls up and says he just wanted to let Kenny know he's always admired him and he's a big fan and he wanted to shake his hand. Omega accepts the handshake and Max pulls him close and whispers 13 days bitch in his ear and we go to break. The next match happened between Kenny Omega vs Kyle Fletcher, and the result of this match was Kenny Omega won the match by pinfall with one winged angel. Then we get a Danhausen vignette in the style of the Silver Shamrock jingle from Halloween 3. The next match happened between Barrett Brown vs Lance Archer, and the result of this match was Lance Archer won the match by pinfall with blackout. Then Sting makes his entrance, and he talks about his career, the matches he fought. He mentions some of the superstars like Lex Luger, Rick and Scott Steiner, Buff Bagwell, Hulk Hogan, and Ric Flair. He said, he knows some of us are thinking he retired once already, and yeah, he said the word, but that retirement in 2015 didn't sit right with him. Besides that, the only thing for sure about Sting is that nothing's for sure, which brings him now to the word, retirement. He says this is his moment and our moment and he wants to share it with us. His first match in AEW was at Revolution 2021, and his very last match will be at Revolution 2024. One more key thing we all need to know, the only thing for sure about Sting is that his retirement at Revolution 2024 is for sure. Back from the commercial, Jim Ross has a sit-down with Nick Wayne and his mom, and his mom is upset and confused and Nick is bored and boiling over with teenage rage. She pleads with him and reaches out to touch him and he explodes, complaining about being in Darby Allin's shadow and now he's got Christian Cage, a better father figure than his dad ever was. Christian rolls up and puts a hand on Nick's shoulder and asks him to come home. Mom grabs his shoulder, Nick calls her a terrible mother, she hauls off and slaps him across the face and he says she's dead to him and walks off with Christian. We hear sounds of violence on the other side of the door and it opens to reveal Darby Allin beating the hell out of Christian and Nick both. Allin drags Wayne out onto the stage and down the ramp, but Luchasaurus and Christian come down and the right hand of destruction takes his price, and Sting joins the battle. Nick gets smashed into a spotlight and he's bleeding from the mouth with a shattered tooth, Scorpion Deathlock on Christian but Luchasaurus makes the save. Backstage, Renee Paquette interviews Best Friends and Hook about their 3 titles, and Chris Statlander says the TBS Championship is about great pro wrestling and that's why she's given the shot to someone she cares about and respects, Willow Nightingale. Orange Cassidy can't quite think of the thing to say and Chuck Taylor goes, "You don't know what you got until it's gone," through a mouthful of orange. Cassidy says that's it and he's gonna keep defending the title, because there's unfinished business and Saturday he's got something to prove. In the main event of the show, we saw the Dynamite Diamond Ring #1 Contenders Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal match, and the winner of this match was Rock Hard Juice Robinson, last eliminating Platinum Max Caster. Bullet Club Gold celebrates with the AEW World Championship as MJF puts the Dynamite Diamond Ring on and jaws at them from the stage, and the show goes off the air.